Hi everyone, and welcome to my Social Studies Philosophy presentation. This will be connected to Grade 1 Strand B, which is People and Environments, the Local Community. The Connecting the Pieces diagram has been a very beneficial addition to my social studies knowledge and philosophy. One part of connecting the pieces that I have connected to is the big ideas and framing questions piece. Big ideas are an important part of teaching social studies because they reflect the knowledge that is grasped in students' learning and can be connected to other subjects and their lives. For example, for the Grade 1 overall expectation B2 interrelationships and their impact, the big idea that students should take away is that our actions can have an impact on the natural and built features of the community, so it is important for us to act responsibly. Framing questions are related to the expectations and big ideas and are an important piece because they get students to use critical thinking and consider the importance of what they are learning. For Grade 1 Strand B, one framing question is, what are people's responsibilities within their community and what might happen if people did not meet their responsibilities? One other part of connecting the pieces that has influenced my philosophy is the spatial skills piece, in which students use spatial skills and tools to construct different graphs and maps, which contributes to problem solving and the ability to analyze. In Grade 1 Strand B, this can be seen in multiple expectations through using pictographs, tallies, elements of the map, and relative locations and distances. Some of the instructional approaches I will use to teach social studies can be found in the Learning for All document, which shares that universal design for learning and differentiated instruction work together effectively towards meeting the learning needs of any group of students. UDL aims to provide access to the curriculum for all students and ensure that teaching is tailored to draw on the strengths and needs of every student in the class. It involves many aspects such as flexibility and inclusiveness, simplicity, and an appropriately designed space. DI allows for teachers to recognize the varying levels of students' learning and address the specific skills and difficulties. It emphasizes the importance of scaffolding and adapting instruction to suit different characteristics. It often includes using a variety of groupings to meet student needs. Due to this, and to my own experiences in placement, I would definitely use both UDL and DI approaches in my classroom. I personally use DI in my placement during language class. The class would first be taught a foundations lesson altogether, and then the class would have literacy center time to build on their learning afterwards. While students were doing these centers, I would pull groups of students who were needing extra support and group them based on their area of needs. For example, I worked with a group of 4 students who were needing extra support with reading digraphs, and I worked with another group of 5 who needed extra support with their writing and spelling. Learning for All also emphasized that all students learn best when instruction is well suited to their particular strengths, interests, needs, and stage of readiness, which can be addressed through the elements of personalization, precision, and professional learning. For the physical setup of my classroom, there are many ideas that I want to incorporate. Firstly, with seating arrangements, I want to have group desks with flexible seating options. Group desks are beneficial for social studies because they allow for more of a classroom community to be built and for students to collaborate and support one another much more than in rows or in individual desks. Flexible seating such as stools, exercise balls, stand-up desks, chairs that can move or wiggle, and many more allow for students to fidget and change their seating depending on how they are feeling. This allows for students to better focus and learn more. As for another area in my classroom, I would love to have a large space for a carpet next to a smartboard. Carpet areas are beneficial because they allow for students to move around when needed, can be used for lessons and classroom community building, and can also serve as alternative seating. In my placement, students had the ability to choose where they wanted to sit for lessons, as some preferred to come sit on the carpet right in front of the board, and others liked to stay at their desks, which were all aimed towards the board as best as possible. Another area that is very important to incorporate in my classroom is a calm corner. The purpose of providing a calming space could be for students to manage difficult feelings when they feel stressed, frustrated, overwhelmed, or may just need a break. This is a very good strategy for stress management. In the calm corner, there could be pillows, blankets, deep breathing, calming, and positive affirmation posters, fidget toys, coloring pages, books, and anything else that is supportive of calming the students. In my placement, there is an option to go to a calming space to listen to a book with headphones on a cushion and blanket. As for my wall space, I would like to make sure there is room for maps and student work. Student work is important to display in the classroom as it allows for students to feel a sense of belonging and can increase self-confidence. Connecting this student work back to Grade 1 Strand B, students could make maps of the classroom, park, or other important areas to learn about the basic elements of a map and consider locations and distance. This also builds on the spatial skills that are key in connecting the pieces. One of my goals for my second year of Teachers College is to teach social studies in my next 2 placements. In my last placement, I taught language and an integrated unit around structures, but I did not get to teach specific social studies content. With the knowledge that I have gained through this course, the curriculum, and now connecting the pieces, I feel much more confident in my future teaching of social studies in any grade. Another one of my goals is to work on incorporating UDL and DI approaches even more into my next 2 placements, now that I have had the opportunity to see how much they can truly benefit students' understanding through my first placement. I would also like to explore and incorporate other approaches that would be beneficial to my students. You are all also welcome to use this QR code or click on the link in the Google Doc to share what instructional approach you most want to incorporate in social studies during your next placement. Here is a list of all my references, and thank you all for listening to my social studies philosophy presentation.